Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Nikki Carvel. I'm a DJ and producer. I have a passion for disco house music, and my channel is all about music industry tips and tricks, some interviews, and sharing some of my tracks, mixes, and live recordings. I hope you enjoy the content. Today's conversation is all around time management. It's something that I think many people sort of have challenges with. There's so many things happening in our lives. We've got family, we've got jobs, we've got our passion, we've got a whole heap of things that we need to try and cram into our day and our week, and it can sometimes feel a little bit overwhelming to tackle all of those things. So I just wanted to share how I go about planning my week, and hopefully it will help you sort of think about how you can maybe look at planning your week out and getting as much out of the time that you have as possible. Just going to jump into my planning spreadsheet here. So if I just go back to the first page, so I start off with this blank page. This is for this coming week. Obviously every week could be different, particularly if I've got gigs and things coming up, I need to fit those in as well. This week I don't have any gigs coming up, so I don't need to add them into the sheet, but I've got all of the days of the week, and then I break it down into just half-hour blocks. You could even go so far as to break it into 15-minute blocks if you really wanted to, but I think half an hour blocks gives you a really good sort of starting point to map things out for the week. So the first thing I block out is the stuff that's non-negotiable. Unfortunately or fortunately, I have a day job. It pays for the bills, but it means that I have to spend Monday to Friday doing that, and I don't have time to do anything that I'm super passionate about during that time frame. So I block out 9 to 5. That's roughly the hours that I work, and on a Friday I do aim to try and wrap things up by about 4 o'clock. So non-negotiable, Monday to Friday, time blocked out for the day job. Next thing I then block out is my travel. So I work from the office on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It takes me about maybe half an hour, 25 minutes to get there and to get home. So those time slots are blocked out on those days. I then also teach. I own Sydney DJ School, and I teach 2 nights a week and on Saturdays. So I have blocked out the time that it takes me to run those sessions on a Tuesday and Thursday evening, and also on a Saturday from around 10:30 to sort of 1:30, 3 o'clock, just depending on the number of students. Other things that I need to do every week. So I have a radio show on Cafe Mambo, and I have to record that every week to send across to them so that they can upload that for the following Wednesday. So I tend to start that process off on a Wednesday. I'll start having a look at what new tracks are out, what do I kind of want the theme of that the next show to be, and I'll start to plan out what my playlist might look like. Friday morning, before work, I'll then refine that playlist, get it in the order that I want to play it, prep it with cue points and things like that. And then Friday, sort of late afternoon, early evening, I will record that hour's set. I'll then put that through Ableton and add in any little bits and bobs that I need to. And then I will export that and send that off to Cafe Mambo on Friday. Another thing that I do like to spend time doing, unfortunately I can't spend as much time as I want doing it, but music production is a real passion of mine. I do own a record label. I've had a few tracks out last year, got a few more coming out this year, and working on a few projects at the moment. So Wednesday evening and Sunday afternoon is kind of my dedicated time for music production. If I can fit more in, then I will absolutely do that. Another sort of new thing that I've started is my YouTube channel, and creating content and coming up with ideas takes time. So I've blocked out Monday evenings early evenings to kind of record the content. It may take slightly longer or shorter depending on what the topic is, and then Sundays kind of planning out what I want to do in the coming week. So a few hours there for YouTube. Adding in a bit of exercise. I sort of try and cram any walking in the middle of the day. It's a great way to kind of just sort of, go out, stretch the legs, get some fresh air. If I'm working from home, it'll be something I do just around my local area, or if I'm working in the office on a Tuesday and Thursday, I will go out and, look for some lunch and have a walk around the CBD just to get that exercise in and get my steps in. I'll also do that on a Saturday afternoon, and Sundays I take the day off. Meditation is something that I love to do, and I love to do it every morning. It takes me about half an hour, and it really does set me up for the day, and it helps me kind of focus on the things that I really want to be focusing on, either short-term or long-term goals, and it puts me in the right frame of mind to get going. So yeah, Monday through to Friday I will do that relatively early in the morning, and then Saturday and Sunday I will do that a little bit later on in the day. Super important is date night. So my husband and I will go out on a Friday or get a takeaway. We usually go somewhere local for a meal, or we'll get a takeaway in and watch a movie on a Friday evening. That's if I don't have any gigs that night. And then family time is also really important. It's, my kids are a bit older, so they want to spend less and less time with us, which, is good for them. And also it gives me the opportunity to do a whole heap of things through the week, but I do like to spend some time with them where I can. And Saturdays is family pizza night, and Sundays we tend to do some like games and stuff, family games on an evening, which is good fun. And then sleeping, super important. I do try to get 8 hours in if I can. Just depends how long it takes me to kind of get off to sleep and what time I need to get up, but that's kind of my target. So I block out the hours where I will be sleeping and not doing anything else. Then I've blocked in time where I'm going to be getting in the shower and other stuff, maybe having my nails done, self-care kind of things, and making sure I've got some time available to do that. And then just blocking in some time for meals, so breakfast in the morning, evening meals. Time varies depending on when I've finished with students. And I do try and eat my lunch whilst I'm working, if possible, so that I can kind of do two things at once and maximise the time that I've got available to me during the working week. So that's kind of all the things that I do throughout the week. These are really the big ticket items, the things that I have to do and want to do. And this gives me spare time through the week of 17 hours where I could be doing other stuff. So I may choose to increase the time that I'm doing music production, or I may do some additional exercise. I may have an evening out with friends. So there's plenty of things that I could be doing during this spare time. Or I might choose to just do nothing and relax and watch some TV with my husband. So yeah, that's the way in how I approach my planning for the week. As I say, every week could be different. It just depends on what I've got going on. It depends if I've got gigs. Sometimes I teach all weekend, so therefore I need to block out a Sunday as well to fit that teaching in. Sometimes I'll go and have studio time with another producer to work on refining tracks and things. So when I've got that coming up, I'll factor that into my week as well. But this just really helps me kind of feel a little bit more in control. If you start thinking about all the things you've got to do, it can get a little bit overwhelming. But if you start to break that down and work out the time and the day that you can do these things, then it is amazing kind of how much you can achieve within a week and how much more in control you feel of the things that you really need to get done. Focusing on my weekly radio show is a big priority of mine, and getting that mix out and sharing that mix online and having that sort of profile with Cafe Mambo is really important as well. So that's something that I give a lot of focus to. It also means that if I need to share a mix with a promoter, I've got a mix that's really recent. I try and incorporate new music wherever I can so that it shows and demonstrates that I'm keeping up to date with new stuff, and showcasing really current tracks as well in my mixes. Lots of things that I need to cram into the week, but definitely planning and blocking time out in chunks like this makes it far more achievable. I would love to hear if you've got any other tips for time management, if you do things in a different way, or if there's anything specific that you struggle with around how to manage your time. Please leave a comment. I'd love to learn other ways of tackling this if possible. If you've enjoyed the content, please subscribe to the channel. Please give the video a like. And if you think there's somebody else that might benefit from this, feel free to share as well. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you back here again soon.